Again, good evening, everybody. Sunday evening here in Denmark. I just finished a video where we are looking into some of the charts that I'm looking at for this week, specifically the gold to silver ratio, the most important chart ratio, whatever, right now for this week to come, in my view. We are on the brink of something very, very big. So hopefully we can get below the 78.5 ratio level on a weekly close. That would be the start of the bull market again for gold and silver. Please check that one out. Also check, I did two videos with Borak yesterday. One on uranium, fantastic, and one on gold and silver oil. What do we have, and the overall indices. I would definitely recommend checking those out. Borak is really, really good at technical trading, in my opinion. Anyways, I've already gathered plenty of charts for another Twitter recap. Let's do it. As always, leave the comments below, the good, the bad, the ugly. I love to have a discussion, so you know me. Okay, this is Dave. Initiated a startup position this week in API. This is APN, or API Rare Earth. Again, big breakout here. Volume, a bit meh. But again, the MACDs, again, I don't use MACDs, but he has them on. Fair enough. You can see here we will have a crossover soon. We had a crossover here, right there before. And over here again, we had a crossover here. You can see the initial run up, and then we went all the way back down again, but still we have the crossover. Typically, that's a bullish thing. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elliott wave correction. That's a massive correction. It's more like a crash, and now we're peaking above here. Looks like a bottom into this zone here as well, as you can see. So I like the idea about buying here from Dave's point of view. Totally reasonable entry. Cycles fan here, WTI, that's oil. You haven't paid attention to this cycle previously. I haven't paid attention to this cycle previously, excuse me. Crude oil should make a 24-week cycle low this week. The target is likely to be the 20-weekly moving average at around 75. As mentioned previously, my highest probability is also that we go to around 75, 74, 76, give or take. As you know, the recent pullbacks looks like a bull flag. So once that low is in, we go to just below 100. That's a very big move for oil if we get that. But I like his take as well, getting the big retest of that big $75 level, and then we have a higher high and the higher low, and then we're continue to the upside. Again, energy's looking good, looking good. Trend spider here, Nvidia. Despite the earnings gap up sell-off, Nvidia held its trend line from previous all-time highs like a champ. You can see this is the earnings, major 10% gap up, all the way up to 505, I think, in that ballpark. And then we had a massive red candle afterwards. Big volume. The next day wasn't the best looking candle as well, DVD below, but we closed above. So far, we're holding. But again, from my experience, the short-term momentum from these two candles here, the pressure is weighing down on this stock, and I think it will break that trend line here. Maybe this week, but very soon. That's the way I see things. The short-term momentum is just too big, and again, I have the gap here at around 300. That's a gap that will ultimately be filled, in my view. That's a big earnings gap. They always, well, nothing is certain, but very, very often they get filled shortly thereafter. It's not a technical chart, but it's the M2 money supply. You can see how big we went here. The year-over-year change from 2% to 18%. So we have, for the past 3 years, we have 18% increase in M2 money supply. That we have printed like 40%. I know he says like that we have printed 80%, but I maybe it's just me, but I don't get the math. But anyways, the past 2 years, 3 years, we have printed way more American dollars that there is like 50% of what's in circulation at least. So think about that and why we have inflation. Jack here, coin, finally a green week after 5 red weeks in a row. You can see here he has his flip zone, the highs over here, the breakout, the retest. And as you know, when we were bull flagging into a major breakout trend line, that's always very, very bullish. And but yeah, let's see how coin does. Typically, coin is a bit ahead of Bitcoin. So if it can starts to turn up here, then maybe Bitcoin has a chance of not breaking down from that 25.3K dollar level. Maybe. J.R. Volansky here, URNM. You have seen the chart here on my show as well. This is massive. We have broken multiple uh, levels coming down here, the retesting, the breakouts, all that good stuff. Big candle, lots of volume. URNJ looks amazing. There's no other words to describe it really on a weekly basis. Uranium looks absolutely fantastic. I completely agree on that one. Axel here, breakout, pullback, continuation. This is the Turkish stock market, the ETF at least. And you can see the technicals perfectly here. Falling parallel trend channel here. This is the lows back in 09. And ever since we got down here from the stage 4 decline, we are basing out in a stage 1, and then we are breaking out, retest of the highs, resumption. Again, textbook technical charting here. I just wanted to share that one. Perfect. It looks good. It looks really, really good. Trendspider, there it is. Trendspider, the QQQ, attempting to hold its first higher high and higher low in over a month. I know it's very, very short term, but you can clearly see the lower lows and the lower highs coming all the way down here. And then we had what looks like a capitulation move here on the short term. You can see it going like hockey stick compared to all the other moves. It's like a hockey stick down. Retrace all the way back up to that high here. So now we have a neckline coming across at 370. So we have an inverted head and shoulders here, over here the right shoulder. So if it is to confirm, we need to go all the way back up to 370 and break to the upside here. And then you have a short term. Again, this is only like a month or so. Short term reversal. Grady, silver. Again, if you look at the gold to silver ratio, I highly recommend you do that. If that breaks down, silver will start right here. When it breaks down, silver will start its move for a massive move to the upside. Taking out, the $30 level, then the $50. Of course, there will be major pullbacks on the way, major pullbacks. But that will be the start. If we cannot break down on the gold to silver ratio and we for some reason start to get back above the 3 highs that we just have here in the previously one or 2 months, then this bear flag, which you have right here, will break down, and then we will see how low we go. But again, we are so close to something very historic. I don't say that often, but I know many people have heard that many times. But looking at the gold to silver ratio, that's my conviction. Okay, North Star here, Bitcoin, definitely not a good look. I agree. You can see here, going back to 2015 on a log scale. As remember, always use log scale, in my opinion. We have the trend line here, the breakdown in 2022, retest, and we have the shorter trend line here, the bear flag to the upside, the bull trap breakdown. That's very, very ugly. And Bitcoin needs to regain the 31K dollar level very, very quickly. Otherwise, it will get nasty. Transpired again, GLD, the golden chalice, cup handle, beautiful. Cup handle. Again, if we break this wedge, as I've shown as well, to the upside, then I think we're going for the 4th touch of the all-time high. Bit of a pullback, boom, and then we go quite easily. A perfect setup. Again, it all comes back to the gold to silver ratio. Go look at it and see if you draw the same conclusion as I do. If not, or if you do anyways, doesn't matter. I'd like to know in the comments. Last but not least, a fun one here from Barchart. Just to sign up the video here. The stocks you sold and the stocks you were about to buy, and then your stocks. Beautiful. I found that very, very funny. Very often true, but not really, because you always remember those who got away, more than the ones you actually bought and did quite well on. So So yeah, that's the human mentality. That's all I had for today. I did a Twitter recap 2 days ago, but I had plenty of charts and I didn't want the chart to get outdated like I had done in the past. Hope that's okay. Again, have a great day, guys. Always leave a comment. Highly appreciate it. And subscribe if you like what I do. If you don't, then you don't subscribe. I'm not forcing you by any means. Have a great evening. Cheers.